hear you. Hope you can hear me and can see me.
Yes, we can see you and we hear you very well. Take it away.
Thank you so much. May I take this opportunity first to appreciate what Pascal has done. That is something that if you take it serious, it's going to change your life for good. My name, for the sake of those perhaps who are seeing me for the very first time, my name is Kariuki Josphat, married to one Pieros Cherotich. And between us, we are blessed with 4 young children. And before this opportunity, Pieros was a high school teacher teaching physics and maths. And myself, I was a full-time lecturer in the university teaching computer science. So it has been now 12 years from when we were shown this opportunity. And I count it as a big blessing because someone just visited us in our house and very casually, not as systematically as Pascal has explained, very casually told us that we can change our lives. Now, Pieros was more interested with the health bit, not because she was sick, but because I had done a disservice to her. When I married her, she's imported from somewhere far from where I come from. So I had to really feed her so that the parents would be comfortable that their daughter is not starving. So I really fed her and she kept expanding, growing horizontally. And she reached at a point where she was quite big. And when you are very big bodied, at times you are a candidate of diseases. So she bought the idea because of health. But for me, I didn't join the business because of health. The challenge I had is what I call cancer of the pocket, where you are being paid, but you don't know where the money is going. I remember that time as a full-time lecturer in the university, I used to do about 6-7 jobs because I wanted to make as much money as possible. And where I come from, we are not allergic to money. So when this opportunity came, I didn't ask why I should join. Instead, I asked, why not? I hear people saying when the deal sounds too good, think twice. But I think that's a saying for the poor. The rich are grabbing the opportunities left, right, center. So I had to join because I didn't like the life that I was living. I'm one person who worked so hard using the traditional saying that when you pursue education very well, you get good jobs and then the jobs will give you some good money. But after working that hard, getting degree after the other, I realized that the income that I was earning got finished before the month could get finished. I don't know how you survive when the money is finished and you still have a lot of the month remaining unfinished. That thing was so stressful to me, and I was wondering, is this really what I worked hard for? Some of the things that were hurting me most were the obvious ones. Paying rent. Every single month you are paying rent and that money has gone, you will never get it back. I thought a scholar like myself, I should be collecting rent, not paying rent. The other thing that was so hurting was that I was using matatus, public means, to go to my workplace and doing that together with my students. And it is not very comfortable for a lecturer and getting into the same matatu with the students. And the ways conductors can really embarrass you, especially like for me, I'm tall. You may not notice that because I'm seated, such that you cannot sit with the legs straight. You have to take a diagonal dimension. And therefore you are occupying your seat and the seat of the next person. And this conductor is loudly shouting, hey man, you have to pay for 2 seats. And the next to me is my student. So that was really embarrassing. It was more embarrassing to carry my children on, the head and shoulders to church I was feeling, no, this is not the life that I wanted. And so when the opportunity came, I was so ready. You don't know how sweet it is when an opportunity finds a ready mind. I was so ready that I didn't join because I understood. I joined to understand. In any case, I said, if there is money, let me be figuring out how to make the money. And I also saw some people who are already very successful. So why not me? So to cut the long story short, we started in 2010 this opportunity. And we started like any other person. Those steps that Pascal has shown you, we walked through those steps one by one. I remember when we joined, we were so excited. We bought some products and did some business. And by the end of the month, we got our first bonus. And it was only 2,000 Kenya shillings. That would be, 20 US dollars. I was so excited because I had discovered, wow, it is true what they said, that the company pays. But now the irony was, while I was so excited about that, my colleague lecturers were laughing at me. Josphat, why are you so happy because of $20? They couldn't comprehend. And for me, I said, I will continue doing it. Did you know when you start something that will change your life, that is when people come from all sorts of places to discourage you. They told me that's not really a real company, an international company paying you 20 US dollars. But then I decided to push on. The second month, I brought some people. If you are lucky to understand that the business is about bringing in people, then you keep it that simple. Don't complicate it. For us as scholars, we are trained to look at things from more angles and perspectives. You analyze things before you take them. You analyze and analyze until you paralyze. So that's why many guys who are highly learned, they never start this business. But for me, God helped me to keep it simple. I was used to complicated things. The things that you teach in the university, and you appear like you have swallowed a computer. And here they are saying there is nothing difficult. It's just CNN, there's product, bringing people. So I kept it that busy. And as I started building a network, I saw my bonus rise from that 20 US dollars to 50 US dollars, and within 7 months of being in this business, we started discovering the huge power in it. We were what Pascal has called wound team, software directors. Two things happened. Number one, because the income we were making from our New Life business was 3 times what my wife was being paid by the TSC. She started calling it Teacher Suffering Center, but it should be Teachers Service Commission. And then in addition to that, number 2, we were taken to one of the top most hotels in our country, Kenya, Windsor Golf and Country Club. I'm telling you, for the days we were at Windsor, things really changed in our minds, that after that, my wife could not be contained in a classroom. She resigned there and then. And I want to thank God for this opportunity, because now she was able to have time with our children. It's so sad that some of us who have families, we work so hard that we leave our homes, our families, because we are busy looking for money. And let me tell you, one of the greatest regrets one is likely to make is at the deathbed, you have achieved everything, but you neglected your family, you didn't have time for them. So I don't take it for granted that this opportunity enabled us to have that kind of time freedom. So my wife resigned, but I continued working this business on part-time. Do I have colleagues who are very busy in this call, and you wonder how you can be able to do anything else? Let me tell you, when something is important, you find time. I found time for this business. I would work so hard daytime in the university and other things that I was doing, but then in the evening and when I was free, that is when I was doing the business. Remember, there were not these Zoom meetings and other social platforms to build the business with ease, such that in 1 year's time from when we said yes to the opportunity, I was earning more in the business than the university was paying me. You should have seen me now getting into the university. The working style changed. And I started smiling bigger. I didn't have to wait for the university salary for me to survive. That was the very first time that I imported my very first car. 1 year of being in this business. Is it what you build this business? Of course, with some challenges here and there, telling people to come, and then they are very skeptical. And that will never change, by the way. The problem is not them, it is you. If you give in to what they are, the discouragements they are giving you. But is it worth to build a business? And in only 1 year's time, you shift from route 11, I call it route 11, walking like, animals. And now you are driving yourself. Yes, it is. Your self-esteem goes higher. 2 years of being in the business, we stopped paying rent here in Nairobi. We bought a place and we built our own home. What a feeling that you are no longer embarrassed by someone knocking your door that you have not paid rent. You know, that thing is not really fun. Somebody just the other day told me, I'm wondering why I'm not feeling the effects of January. I'm just eating everything I want. But, I've just realized I forgot to pay rent. Kumbe, I am eating rent. And now you start getting stressed. So it feels so nice when you are living in your own home. And if you think that is anything, within 2 years, 11 months, we were able to hit that level of president team members. And I don't want to really disclose much, but I must say this, that what Pascal has shown you, that as president team member, you can earn more than 500,000 Kenya shillings. True to it. Ours was way beyond that 500,000. And it is simple. Start small, but then keep building it. You don't have to be great for you to start, but you need to start for you to be great. Now, that was 2 years, 11 months, but I'm still teaching the university. I love teaching. You can see, given space and time, I can teach. Now, in 5 years' time of being in this business, ladies and gentlemen, what the university was paying me in 1 full year, I was earning from my business in only 1 single month. What did I do? I remember that time, because the company gives you a lot of lifestyle. We were flying from a lifestyle event, fully paid by the company. We were flying from Oliver Tambo International Airport in South Africa, 8 p.m., 38 feet above the sea level. And at that time, Pierre, my wife, asked me, Josphat, will you still go back to the lecture halls, to the university to teach? I asked her, to do what in the university? And she wrote my resignation letter. She's the one who drafted my resignation letter. And landing here, I typed it and I forwarded it to the university. That was 2015. And I gladly fired my boss. You don't know the feeling of walking from that dean's office, having fired him. You feel like, wow, this is life. This is life. No one to, intimidate you because you have not forwarded marks. No one is asking you why some students are passing so well. And it's because you are a good teacher, So I resigned. Now we started, both of us, enjoying both financial freedom and time freedom. I became a present father. Initially, I was never in the house in the name of looking for money. I remember sometimes my wife would do an introduction to my children, and she would ask them, do you usually hear some bass in the house? And the children would be, oh, that is our uncle. No, that's your dad. You are never in the house, so they take you as a stranger. But today it is awesome. We see our children day in, day out. We take them to school. We have them back, do homework together. And parents in the house, you can only say hallelujah when that is happening to your life. So from that time, we've not been under any other boss. We call them builder of systematic stress. We've been our own bosses. Now, what will you not be able to achieve if you have raised your income to the level I have just mentioned? I don't want to tell you how much my highest bonus has been, but it has hit 7 figures at one point. And the beauty is, what the company promises you, they deliver. So we've been able to achieve virtually everything that we wanted when we were starting the business. Now, instead of just driving a car, currently I am driving a machine. You know, the letter shape of a Land Cruiser, this thing is too high that when you are driving in the super highway, you know, you are looking at all the other drivers at an angle of depression, you know, and wondering, how does it feel down there? Now, without humility, that is the life that we want. But then the question is, by doing what you are doing, however long you do it, will you achieve that life that you badly want? For me, I am 100% sure, even if I taught up to the age of 75 years, because the contract when I was being employed in the university was to teach up to that age. You know, even if you are not able to see the students, as long as you are there and the students are there, you continue teaching. Who cares? You have to be sucked of all your knowledge into the human beings. So we've been able to achieve these things. My parents are driving themselves, both sides. We've built them world-class homes, both sides. And now we are living in our second home, where I am right now, my second home. The first one became a source of income, rent. Oh, what an opportunity. But I will not close this meeting before I say that I have been so much excited by the traveling. You know, we were told we will travel around the world. And out there in our job setup, who gives you an opportunity to traverse the world for free? But it all started when I was 7 months in this business and we were taken to Cape Town. That was such an amazing lifestyle. From Cape Town, we went to Zambia. From Zambia to Dubai. From Dubai to Abu Dhabi, to Mauritius, you know, to Mexico, Los Cabos. Name them, Aubai, the island in Indian Ocean. And we've been traveling and traveling. In that VVIP formula, you know, they bring a car to my house, and then they ferry you to the airport. And then on the other end, the other airport, the destination, someone is waiting for you with a placard written, "Welcome, Josphat and Pieros." And you are like, oh my, when did we get here? By the way, when did we get here? You can move from where you are, my dear friends, to where you have always desired being. And you know, the beauty is we are still in the front end of the year. You are not too late. You can still start where you are and you change your life 360 degrees. I look back to when I started, and there are some colleagues we were with. They were shown this opportunity, but they were too busy becoming poor that they couldn't start the business. And you know the sad thing, dear friends, and you must make sure that this doesn't happen to you. They are where they were 12 years ago. And here I am today, living that luxurious life. Now, my dream today is to help other people to be where I am. You see, the opportunity uplifts you to a point where you never think about money. They say if you don't do something that will help you to earn, even when you are sleeping, then you will work until you die. You die working. And when you are being buried, they will write somewhere something there. He died working, as if it was a donkey. He died working. Ladies and gentlemen, we were not born, we were not brought to this earth just to work and pay bills. Work and pay bills. No, a time comes when you decide enough is enough, and that time is now, and you change your life unapologetically. And as I wind up, I want to say this. When you start changing your life, don't look back. Don't listen to naysayers. As Les Brown says, listen to only quality people, people who are where you want to be. And don't focus on your fears. You know, my greatest fear was, now I've never sold anything. How will I be able to build this business? I remember my first time to sell anything in this company. I sold in the night a product I didn't know whether it was a solid or liquid. Amiton, those who know it. I just put something in the night where I was staying. I printed something and I, fixed it on some shop. And as people are going to work, someone saw it and called me and asked me, Josphat, do you have this product for weight management called Amiton? If you are Josphat, you are only 1 day old, what would you say? I said, yes, we have it. Then I had to discover later what it is. Now, that was my greatest weakness. I had not sold anything. But glory be to God that, as Pascal has shown you, we have such a system that you don't have to understand much for you to get started. But as you move on, we'll help you, we'll walk with you. But if you focus on fears, you will never start. Moving forward, I want to encourage our distributors. Let us not look back. I want to encourage our guests. By not joining us, you change nothing. But by joining us, my story will not even be anything compared with the story that you are about to build. Today, we are so excited that we are living. We stopped surviving. May God bless you so much as you join us. But today, make a choice that will elevate your life to your desired level. Otherwise, without starting anything, nothing will change. And year in, year out, you'll be complaining and calling for help from the government, Serikali sa India, and nothing will ever change. You are the one to change your life. I changed mine, an illustration that yours too can change. And it's not a get-rich-quick thing. But I can guarantee you in 2 to 5 years, you'll look back and you'll congratulate yourself. Man, well done, well done. So guys, I want to welcome you in a very big way. We love you. Thank you so much for listening to my short story. And given another chance, I'll be right back here to share more. Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you, Pascal. God bless you.
Wow, thank you so much, Josphat. That was amazing. From the